What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Telegram. That's t.me/KingofFomo1, as well as my chat, which is going to be linked in the description below. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I'm going to mainly be talking about Wisetoken, giving some updates on that. I'll get into Hex and the big payday, which is coming up soon here, and just some profits that I'm looking at with those two coins. So before I talk about those two things, I do want to give you guys some bonus information. Moonday, which has been going steadily and progressively down over the past like couple of weeks, is in for another launch today. So they're launching their Moon Farm. I think this is launching in about 45 minutes. So definitely check it out. I'll have the link in the description for this when it launches. So at about 4 o'clock, I think Pacific Standard Time today, it should be out and running. And what this is it is what it sounds like. It's a farm that has to do with actually a brand new token, the Moon Farm token, along with the Moonday token. Pairing those two tokens together in the liquidity pool will hopefully bolster the price of the Moonday coin, as well as give people some profits with these Moon Farm tokens. Now, like I said, this coin is essentially bottomed out at this point, and the one thing that I'm keeping in mind with Moonday is that it's still a very low supply coin. So the liquidity is not completely gone. It's not like it's $1,000 of liquidity. We're still looking at about $100,000 of liquidity, which is a pretty good amount for a token of its size. And with the supply being as low as it is, with the price being $180, I do think that it definitely has a lot of room to grow, and to grow pretty quickly. Now, their last launch of their last Dapp, the Moon Fomo, did not go as well as many people would have expected. So I'm hoping that as long as this Dapp launches out smoothly and there's no hiccups, problems, or major gas fees or anything like that, it could definitely bode well for the Moonday price, at the very least in the short term, sitting at $189, maybe bringing it to maybe $200 or $300. But hopefully, as things progress, it will benefit the ecosystem overall, and the Moonday can continue to grow. So moving on from that, definitely if you want to check that out, look in the description below, and it's pretty self-explanatory about how this works. You buy your tokens. You can farm with the tokens that you have based on the amount of liquidity that you have in there, and you can claim your rewards as well. I'll do a more robust update when I'm actually running it myself. So let's go ahead and move on over to the next thing, which is Wisetoken. We are officially on day 3 for this thing, and Wisetoken has been holding up very, very well for the past 3 days. Now, you'll notice that I didn't do a video about Wisetoken on launch or the second day, mainly because I was busy, but I think it also kind of benefits because it helps to see how things are going before you FOMO in too heavy into the first day. I kind of expected the first day to have the highest amount of Ethereum, or one of the highest amounts of Ethereum, and sure enough, it is the highest day as of today. Currently, there's about 43 minutes left in this lobby today, and it looks like we might actually hit pretty close to the amount that we were at in day 2. Now, this bodes very, very well for the price of Wise. If Wisetoken continues to do this, and even like it's not like, this is the cool thing, it's not going to take that much effort at all to get to the same level as day 1 and 2 for the rest of these days. Reason being is because the other days are already preloaded with a lot of Ethereum. So 300 Ethereum in day 4 already, 300 Ethereum in day 5. So in reality, we only need to look at somewhere around about 200, 190 Ethereum to match that of day 2. And as long as we keep matching the amount of ETH in each day for the Wisetoken, while you do get less tokens, yes, the positive is that all of that Ethereum that's being added into each of these days is going to be added to the liquidity pool, and is going to give Wisetoken some more legitimacy and some more staying power in terms of its value. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, and I'm really glad to see that things are looking pretty nice in terms of the distribution of Wise over all of the days. So nobody's gonna at least at the current moment. At the current moment, nobody's feeling as ripped off as they felt when the Hex token first launched, and that launched at like over 10,000 Ethereum, and then it dropped hardcore the next day. While this one did drop pretty much the next day as well, it's nice to see that the amount of Ethereum is matching pretty close to day 1, so people don't feel as ripped off as what happened with the Hex token. So that's a huge positive. On top of that, the fact that you're seeing the amount of Ethereum in each day here being matched and getting getting close to the days prior, the previous days, and also pairing that with the knowledge that nothing is being recycled. There's no Genesis address that's just sucking up all the ETH and putting the ETH back in to buy more tokens to make it look like the tokens are being bought, which is clearly what happened with Hex. There's a lot of people that doubt that and people that say, well, that's not true, you don't have any proof, but like, I mean, the chances are very, very likely that has happened. But we're not really going to talk about that. The fact that that's not the case here in Wisetoken, I think bodes well for the project and just makes it a lot more decentralized than what Hex is. That's the main issue that personally I have with Hex. I know that, you know, people always say you don't understand the project of Hex. I understand how the Hex works. I understand the tokenomics and everything like that, but the only part that I really don't like is that it's extremely centralized and there's a huge amount of trust that you have to put into that Genesis address and the leader to do the right thing. And while, yeah, a lot of people will say, well, yeah, he's doing the right thing. He's been doing the right thing. He's going to keep doing the right thing. I don't like to even have the option to have to trust somebody to do that much right with that much money. So like I said, we're going to see what this gets at the closing day here. My target day for buying, you'll notice that I don't have that much contribution here in these first 3 days. My target days are day 17 and 18 and maybe 16 as well. So, you know, right before the big payday for Hex. And we'll see what happens from then on out. I might actually do day 19 as well, because I think, you know, there might be some confusion with Hex as that starts to come out. And then after that, when people start to see, like, that's the thing, guys, like, I'm not saying I don't want Hex to be successful, and I'm not really like, these two projects, to me, are not competing projects. They're supporting each other in a sense. Like, if Hex is successful, I think that Wisetoken has a very high chance of being successful. If Hex is unsuccessful, I think that Wisetoken still has a chance of being successful because it's doing things a little bit differently and fixing the issues that people see with Hex token. So, you know, they're working together. I like, if Hex does well, fantastic. If it doesn't do well and it does what I'm expecting it to do and kind of collapses after big payday, you know, still works out pretty good for Y. So, you know, either way, I'm happy. So like I said, I'm looking forward to some other days too that are looking interesting to me in terms of buying in are these higher risk days. Particularly day 18 is what I'm really looking a little bit closer at, because the risk isn't like that much less, and the payout might be even better. So I think that in the next couple days here, that is the lowest day coming up soon here is day 8. I mean, they all kind of lower as days go by, because, you know, you got to keep in mind that you have more time. Like, if you're not depositing on day 20 yet, you have plenty of time before day 20 to get to that amount of Ethereum. But it's looking really well. Like I said, the distribution looks nice, and it feels like things are going to work the way that they're supposed to work with Wisetoken over time. I'm just liking, like, just in a numbers sense, looking at the grand scheme of how everything's distributed with Wisetoken looks nice to me. And another thing you guys can check out is this website right here. It works out really well. It's kind of like the Hex info site. This is the wiseinfo.io. Gives you a lot of information about what's in the liquidity transformation, the liquidity transformer. It tells you how much % more Ys you're going to get if you buy on this day. So there's pretty cool stuff on here. Just statistics about Wisetoken overall. So definitely take a look at this as well. And of course, we have our, I wanted to show you guys one more thing here. If you guys are interested in buying, when you get signed up here, there's a reserve Wisetoken button right here, and after you've decided on the days that you want to purchase, it's pretty simple. You click on the days, you can select as many days as you want, select a couple different days, or you can go ahead and select all of the days and then deselect a few of them if you don't want to do like, you know, day 3 or day 4 or whatever your days you don't want to do. So there's a lot of ways to kind of play around with that, and they will have other kind of benefits too, like this gas fee payback, gas refund, staking system, which is going to be launching. They'll have some more details about referrals and things like that. And I also wanted to quickly touch on referrals, because I know I don't talk about that too much, but some people do actually try to get referrals. So let me just go over that real quick. So if you are looking on, you know, marketing wise to other people, you get 10% in commissions, up to 10% in commissions. And the way that this works is if you refer less than 50 Ethereum worth of referrals, then your reward is 0.05 ETH paid in Wisetoken. And if you refer 50 people or more in ETH, then your reward is going to be 10% of ETH paid in Wise, and you get this little referrer status as well. So that's the way that it works. You just get a little bit more if you get 50 ETH in. And I think that with robust referral platforms like this, it really helps with just growing the system overall. I have, like, a lot of people hate referrals, but I mean, you got to understand that referrals are the reason why so many products are successful. Anyway, that's everything for today, guys. I just wanted to give you an update on Wisetoken. And the last thing I can kind of mention is Hex. So Hex is coming up to its big payday, and obviously I think that still there's manipulation happening, and there's, like, obviously you can play that into your favor, which is kind of what I'm going to try to do. I do think that Richard wants the price to be 1 cent. When the big payday does happen. So, it's a little too late right now, but buying a little bit early, if it does dip a little bit, I might pick a little bit up before the big payday. And then once that big payday happens, I'm like, there's almost a guarantee that it's going to dump down pretty low. And then after that is another time that I'm looking at purchasing Hex, like right after that big dump, because generally with a big dump, you're going to have a big correction before the price moves in the direction that it wants to move in, whether that be up or down. So those are the 2 times that I'm looking for purchasing in on Hex to turn a quick profit. Obviously, I'm not, if I buy, before the big payday or right after the big payday, I'm not going to hold that for like 2 years or anything like that. Personally, I'm going to look to flip that quickly and then move on from there. Anyway, that is everything for today, guys. Check out Wisetoken if you haven't yet. Check out your buy opportunities for Hex, and if you haven't, also check out Moonday Finance or Moon Farm. This is again launching in about 30 minutes, and if you don't see the link for the Moon Farm, it's because you watched this video too soon. Just click back on it at 4 o'clock PST today, and then I'll have the link there. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.